Man will be here shortly. Just letting everyone file back in because they all went away when he ended it last time.
Yes, I know the muffin man who lives on Drury Lane. Cute little kittens in their warm little mittens. Warm little mittens and the cute little kittens. Cute little kittens and some warm little mittens. La da dee dee da. Whoops. Thought I had work today. Work got kicked. What can I say? We'll leave it at that. Missed us so soon. I just wasn't done streaming. You know what I mean? I had an idea about like possibly just kind of like streaming for a while, but I didn't get. I slept in a little bit because I was up pretty late. You know. So I was like, oh, I'll cop a 90-minute stream before I got to work today. And right before I was supposed to go start doing that, the shit got kicked. TJ's not feeling good. So we're free to do what we want today. That, for me, is going to take the form of rolling up some of this grape gas. 30.02%. 3.03% terps. Grape gas. Does it smell like grapes? It kind of... No. It smells like weed.
You know what that gas means, though? It's going to be a little rough.
Gas? Yeah. Probably. Might be a little fucking... Well, I mean, grape. This is going to be an indica dominant, which is really nice for today. It's going to, it's chill me out. I think part of the problem last night is that during the election, I went and got a Blue Dream derivative.
I see.
And I had a whole eighth of it there all ground up, and I rolled a couple joints off of that, was smoking on that during the election, which is fine. But then after, to chill out, I should have switched over to some indica or something, because that I can't remember what it is. It's like blue cookies or something like that. It's a Blue Dream derivative, super duper duper potent sativa. Had me thinking all night, had me like, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes it's hard for me though. Sometimes it's not just, you can't really blame it all on the weed. Like, it's hard for me to get out of work mode when I'm in it.
Or
Sometimes.
Just really any like super elevated mode. Like after a long drive, you'll kind of be in the same position where like
anytime where where I'm just like having to fucking really push or be on it. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go get the fucking shotgun. This is so sad, but these fucking flies are driving me nuts already today. There's not that many of them though. I think if I knock down 5 or 6 of them, there ain't gonna be nobody around to fucking.
Yeah, like it just warmed up a tad.
The ones that are left are real fucking shitters though.
Yeah.
They're real shitters. The ones that are strong enough to fucking hide out in the cold and then come out during the day in this warm, sunny period and buzz me. They're the real shit. You know which ones I see? The ones that got that iridescent green on them. Mm. I call them shit flies, but I don't know what they are, really. I don't know what breed of housefly they are. But them fucking ones that got that iridescent green on the back of them, those motherfuckers, you just can't kill them.
They're just a little hardier.
And they're fast. And they're shitty and irascible. It's a very irascible fly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the ones we were getting in the heat of summer were kind of just dum-dums.
Yeah. Well, there's the, you imagine a big population, most of it's going to be dum-dums. I mean, we saw that last night, right?
Like, I didn't get the logic of their little fly brains harassing us. We didn't have no food out here.
I know, we're not that. I mean, there's got to be way better things for them to be eating. But they're like, look at this one. Like, there's one down here, and he's like, this dude's ankle is the shit.
And there's a literal turd right there.
Yeah, and there's dog turd right there. Just go eat it. It's a buffet. They're bottle flies, horse flies. Yeah. Yeah, there's not tons of them, but, you know, you'll see them. Those are the ones you got to worry about, bro. Those green flies, those are the real mean motherfuckers. These little black flies, dude, your days are numbered, homie. Get out of here. Shoo! Yeah. You got to let these Trumpers have their little fucking toot sesh. I mean, ban them if they're being retarded, but... Last night, I had to scold some people because they were just like, man, fucking Trumpers are fucking rubbing it in, bro. You motherfuckers, you fucking, I got no grace. And I was like, dude, you act like if Kamala didn't win, your ass wouldn't be doing the same thing to them. You act like you didn't do the same thing to them in 2020. Like, whatever you believe, let them have their fucking week. Yeah. Let them fucking flex. Let them have their win. What are you going to do? Steal it from them? Storm the Capitol and stop the steal? I mean, what's the fucking deal here, bro? Purple gas. I've got high hopes for this one. This is a pretty frosty fucking batch here, so we'll see. See how this all turns out in the end. Purple, 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 purple gas, baby. Do you play Magic the Gathering? When I was 16, I played Magic the Gathering. Back when it was actually a cool game, too. Do I play it now? No. And before you ask, I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Either. I'm not in middle school, bro. Do you play Magic the Gathering? Dude, I should have hit Billy up and said I wanted to be on his stream, because I do. Billy does his, like, Billy the Fridge streams. I just want to go chill with Billy on one of his streams one night. He was in here last night, and I was so happy to see him that I was, you know, I just spent the time memeing with him. I just forgot to insinuate myself into one of his streams. Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, God damn it.
What?
Nothing. I almost let a nug fly to the winds, but it went back in. A little flake almost escaped my trap. My cone trap.
Still gotta get yourself that rolling tray.
I know. I'm just so heartbroken still over my Seattle trap tray.
Maybe when we get to that area at some point.
I bet they've got one that looks like it over there. It might be better for me that way.
And that way you can safely drive through
illegal
states.
Yeah, I am going to Seattle this month, yeah. For Thanksgiving, I'll be in the area. And so, the plan is, I don't have any dates firmed up yet, but the plan is to go be in the DP studio. And me and Billy got a date for some studio time. We're going to try and cut a little fucking Beauregard X Billy the Fridge, I think. Which might be really fucking sweet. Dude, I've got a riff already. I want to use the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bad bitches in the Phantom. Because it just keeps expanding in my head. So I want to do this. Like, this is my producer brain, right? 1, 1 bad, 2 bad, 3 bad, 4 bad, 5 bad bitches in the Phantom. 5 bad bitches in the Savage. 5 bad bitches and we traveling to the Diddy party up in Calabasas. Booty oil dripping, and then I want booty oil dripping off their asses. Oh my god, bro. It's just got like that. I think that's the one that I gotta throw with Billy, dude. Gotta have that stutter step right there. Booty oil dripping off their asses. Now they bent over and it's clapping. Booty oil dripping down their asses. It's gonna be fire. Wow.
That gas is probably gonna hit pretty hard.
Oh man. Gas. God rest the dead. Oh.
You gotta be careful with that gas. Gas, diesel. What's that whole family called?
That. Diesel. It's that sour diesel pack. Shout out to the Taoist Buddhist modes of mind in these crazy times. I sincerely encourage people to find some peace through these. Don't be a televangelist, bro. Get out of here. I don't like it. Don't be like one of these Christian bots that comes in here recruiting for Buddhism and Taoism. They're not, especially Taoism. It's just not that kind of religion, bro. You enjoy it for you. Let go of your desire to have other people believe the way that you are. Listen to the Dharma. Yeah, don't come here fucking holding your tin cup and proselytizing for any fucking religion. This ain't where it does. See right there, Devin Gimple? Devin Gimple. And the funny thing about a guy like that, waiting for it, is he probably thinks he's like the Christians that were fed to the lions that went willingly to their death. You're just a retard that got banned out of the chat, bro. Go to church. See how that works, though? Would you collab with Shabisky? I remember Shabisky. I used to stream video games with Shabisky back in the day. But I haven't seen or heard from or thought about Shabisky since probably like, I don't know, 2021 or something.
Yeah, you went on their like little morning show a few times with Pimp Monk.
Oh, with Pimp Monk. Yeah, that's right. Shabisky was on the and I did the Pimp Monk morning show a couple times. Dude, I'm a little, nah, never mind. Sour grapes is sour grapes. I ain't gonna talk about it. Nice, you're a gamer. What's your game nowadays? Lately, I've been like humping Rogue Trader really bad. But I've reached a point in that game, like I remember like going and reading some of the reviews of Rogue Trader, and they're like, this game is really good, but the end is just marred with these like horrible fights that are not even fun. They're not. They're unfair. They're not fun. They require a bunch of luck, and I've run into that, and it's just boring me. Like it's not that it's hard. It's that these kind of like themed fights towards the end game in this game are just bad, dude. They're just real bad. Why do people make fun of you? Who cares, bro? I don't know. Let's see. Well, the psychology would tell us that they make fun of me to feel better about themselves. It's an ego-feeding behavior. So something about calling me fat, stupid, ugly, hippie, whatever, right? Makes them feel better about something that's going on in their world. Temporarily. Right? So that would be my guess. If you want me to psychoanalyze these fucking people. Great stream last night, Paul. My wife and I watched the whole thing. Cool. I gotta say, dude, as we were traveling around, we were doing 100% the best election show on YouTube, and our numbers showed it, bro. We pulled over 3,000 people at one point last night. And we never really dipped below 2,500. And it shot up quick, too. So I think a lot of people agreed with us. We were, unless you guys know of a better one, we were the best fucking live election coverage on YouTube.
It wasn't so dour and serious.
Dude, every time we went and checked on somebody, it was either just like a room full of people cackling at each other if we went over to Destiny. Yeah. So you can't glean anything from that. Yeah. Or we'd go over to Vosh and wonder if the stream had frozen because he's just literally like... You know what I mean? And here we are making an actual show out of it last night. We were the only people doing it. So... I had the best coverage in 2016 too. Yeah, I agree. You think ego death is something everyone should experience? Nope. I don't deal in shoulds when it comes to people's personal lives. Muted me for saying what the piece actually is. What? Get him out. He's so fucking dumb. Too fucking stupid. The most boring man on YouTube. Yeah, man. I'm a real snooze, homie. That's why you're over here fucking grasping at my nut hairs. Don't ban him. Let him stay. Don't ban him. Unban him. Let him stay. Let him grab. Let him swing. Thank you. As you say, so shall it be. Yes, me lord. More work? All right, then. Okay. It's the last time I'm going to get my shins tickled. Shin tickling days are over, motherfuckers. Yep. Buzz, land somewhere. One dead. Two. Say there's probably 3 or 4 more that need it. Mm-hmm. This little guy right there.
Chill out somewhere, bro. He's so little. He's too little.
Yeah, he ain't gonna get it. He's but a pup.
There's one, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, here's one. Dead. Who else? Done having my shins tickled, bro. I'm gonna keep the biscuit right here.
Oh, there's one on your knee.
Psh. Got him.
Come on, birdies. Get a little bit more on your game.
Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Where you at? Little skibbities. Paul, I just rewatched your Jamie Darkey debate. I didn't do a debate with Jamie Darkey. That was actually just like a ritualistic killing, not a debate. But yeah, it happened 3 years ago. I have to say, yesterday happened exactly as you said. That's not the only time that I've said it. I've been talking since 2020 about how it probably would have been better to get Trump's entire presidency out of the way in 2020 and have him be done right now than to defer him with a shitty fucking Democratic presidency that does nothing and then get 4 years of him down the road.
Plus
and
maybe another 4.
That has been my mantra since 2020. It came to fruition last night, and everybody's running around with their hair on fire talking about, I'm going to KMS, I'm going to move to Canada. And it's just like, you could have listened to me fucking 4 years ago and seen this coming. But whatever, you're not going to hear none of those people referring back to that. They just don't. Nobody remembers, right? But I literally am on record probably over a dozen times since 2020 talking at length about that. Shitty Biden presidency equals 4 more years of Trump. And people scoffed at me. Well, here we are. The scoffers are gone. Scoffers have gone back to their scoff cave. But don't worry, 2 years from now, they'll crawl up out of the grave again to be wrong again. It's the way these people work. Catastrophizing bullshit. Where should me and my husband take the children? To school. Dumb bitch. I can't, what am I gonna do? Go to work. I don't know if you noticed, but that's a garbage truck. McDonald's is open. Life goes on. Oh, blah dee, oh, blah da. Life goes on. Whoa, la da da da. Life goes on. Vosh pre-election, 30% democracy is over. After the election, calm down, guys. It ain't gonna be that bad. There's that other quote, too. It's not gonna be long before these guys are talking like me, sounding just like me, and taking my position. Oh, here it is, guys. Oh, blah dee, oh, blah da, life goes on. Whoa, na 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 na, life goes on.
I do think it'd be interesting to talk to Destiny again and ask him. No, you think you're definitely?
I'm done.
Yeah, you feel like he was.
There's too much adversarial nature for me to ever be. It's like I tried. Yeah. I really tried several times to have like a conversation with the dude, and I think we succeeded once. Mm-hmm. But what he took from it was the highlight reel of him poning me. Mm-hmm. What I took from it was, wow, an interesting divergence of thought. Mm-hmm. I'd like to do that again. And I tried to do it again, and he's not interested. And so I've read the writing on the wall. Plus, I'm really not interested in doing the electoralism debate bro shit. Yeah. I'm just done. So yeah, it was very nice to talk to him and stuff. He's an interesting guy. I still think he is. I've watched him for a long time. I probably won't stop checking in and seeing what his takes are and stuff. But as far as me like abusing my privileges to pop into his stream and shit when the writing is on the wall that dude doesn't want to talk to me, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be that guy. So.
Fair enough.
I mean, it's pretty fucking clear to me that he was not interested. Maybe, like if he reaches out to me, happy to talk to the dude. As far as I know, he hasn't removed my perms. So, but yeah, I'm not going to be popping back in over and over again. I know where I'm wanted and where I'm not. And no harm, no foul, by the way. It's all good. I don't hate him for that. I think he's a smart guy. He's got a really big business to run. And, dude, he's got 1 million people that are clamoring to talk to him 24/7.
Yeah, it's probably a very cold cost-benefit analysis.
Well, maybe. Yeah. Probably looked at that video and said, I didn't do too well.
Or just, like, he doesn't seem to want to go to that level of clippability again, so.
Whatever. I mean, I don't know. I think that's it. Maybe. Is what it is, though. As a content creator, you can't spend your time spinning your wheels in the mud. Pregnant.
Yeah.
It's nausea. It's morning nausea. I think there's only one only one possibility. I think I'm preggo. I think the miracle of life has finally happened.
Yeah, I was. It's funny when I think about it with us. Like, it would literally be just as absurd as you getting pregnant as me getting pregnant, just due to the sheer forces of statistics against it.
Yeah.
If we got pregnant, we would go full cult saying it's the next Jesus, because it would have to be an conception.
It's the Kwisatz Haderach.
Yeah.
I don't like the Jesus thing. We just call it what it is. It's the fucking Quizzy. The Quizzy, bro.
Yeah.
My son or daughter is the Quizzy.
Yeah, if it can get through the strongest birth control and infertility at the same time, it's the Quizzy.
If it can get through what has been described by 2 different fertility doctors as systemic infertility, right?
And the most effective birth control on the market.
And the most effective birth control that a woman can be on. If it gets through those 2 barriers, by the way, and you'll have to forgive me for this, baby, but if that does happen, I think we probably are going to want to get a DNA test.
Yeah.
Just to see, not that I don't trust you, but the bases would have to be covered, okay?
But can you DNA test the Kwisatz Haderach?
Yeah, the Kwisatz Haderach might have, like, some alien DNA or something, and they might try and take you away. God damn it. Well, if I have misjudged you utterly, I will raise the postman's Kwisatz Haderach. Can't you do artificial insemination? Yes. I do produce, quote, some viable sperm for IVF. I think most people are very unaware of the costs of in vitro fertilization. It typically takes between 10 and 15 applications for the average. And you're talking about paying somewhere in the vicinity of $15,000 to $20,000 per application. So at the end, you can spend $180,000 trying to cook up your little fucking bundle of joy. And that's before it's even born. And there's no guarantee that after $180,000 you get one.
Yeah, and every time the woman has to, like, take these medications to get her eggs ready to be taken out.
And that causes all kinds of crazy shit, too. It's been shown that these IVF fertility drugs that they have to give women cause twins. And all kind, like, you might end up.
Twins are from, like, they implant multiple embryos at once.
No.
No, it's not just that.
We're talking about or what do they call the ones that divide?
The identical.
Identical twins.
I see.
Yeah.
So it does that too, on top of the fraternal twin chance with the multiple implantations.
Yep. IVF is rich people shit. It isn't though. A lot of people that have basically no money go into hawk to have a child. I was in that position in my 20s, in my mid 20s. My ex-wife and I figured out that I was infertile. We'd been trying to conceive for over a year and change, and it just wasn't happening. And so I went, doing the WebMD thing, because the instant assumption on her part and my part was there's something going on with her eggs. She's not releasing her eggs. Maybe she was freaking out. Oh, maybe I've got polyps, or I've got this, or I've got that. Oh my God. Right? And there was an assumption on both of our parts that it had to be her. So as soon as I went looking on Google, doing the fucking Google doctor shit, the first thing I found was, in cases where a monogamous couple are trying to conceive and can't, 70 to 80% of the time, it is the male who is infertile. And I was like, uh-oh. So I showed her that. And we both agreed that we would both go to a fertility specialist. She went. Shock. Fucking biological clock was ticking like a champ. I went. My swimmers are retarded. They literally swim in a circle. And there's like 1/100th of the amount of them that you want to see in a load. And the ones that are in there, a lot of them got their little tail is hooked up crooked, so it just goes whittly, 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 whittly. They don't even know how to seek it out.
And then the one good one that might be in there
Right.
is just surrounded by all these retards.
Right. Well, it's like that. The chances of that one good one making the implausible. There's a reason why during human sexual intercourse, it's like multiple millions of sperm are ejaculated. Because the probability of one of them making their way all the way up through the cervix, into the womb, into the fallopian tube, and all the way into the egg is real slim. But at 1 million or 2 million or 3 million a load, those odds start looking a little better. I'm shooting 15. It ain't happening.
No. If the Kizat Haderach is born, you will know.
I will know. And we will proclaim it on high that Arrakis is now under a new dominion. I will reopen Salt Rakis immediately and put my son at the head of it. He'll be speaking at fucking 3 months because he'll be preborn, born with the souls of everyone who came before him. He's the Quizzy. The fucking Quizzy. Just reminds me, the Quizzy thing is a friend of mine, Sean, from back in the day when I was in my 20s. He was in a band, lived across the street from me. We were good buds. And anytime somebody would say something that was like obvious, instead of saying Captain Obvious, he would say, "Dude, are you the Quizzy?" Because we were all nerds, and we knew he meant Kwisatz Haderach. Paul, would you be happy if it turns out that the kid is yours? Absolutely. I'd be the fucking father of the Quizzy?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
The Immaculate Conception.
Yeah, dude. I'm like Joseph or whatever. He got a good part in the Bible. Hell yeah. Dude, father of the Quizzy is pretty fucking dope, dude. Joseph got cucked. That is true. Joseph is the most famous cuck, right? Maybe he was chill with it, though. It's like, I would have fucked an angel too, babe.
Or maybe it was
Maybe
like
they were
a-
open,
a
you know?
possession.
Yeah,
People
maybe.
went inside of him.
Oh, yeah. Maybe he ejaculated through Joseph. Or maybe none of that shit ever happened. The Quizzy. Dude, I miss those guys, bro. I wonder what those guys are up to. I think about them way more often than I probably should. Not like in an obsessive way, just like they were good guys. And that was a chunk of my life where I started to feel pretty good. Like in terms of it was also a really tough part of my life too, like the times that I knew them. But I don't know. I really liked those dudes, and we all kind of scattered to the winds. It wasn't like there was a big breakup or nothing. We all just kind of went. Whereas I know one of them's in Florida. Last I heard, one of them's in the Bay Area, but I ain't heard from him in a fucking coon's age, so who knows?
Could always do some good old Facebook stalking. It's been a while since you did that.
Yeah, that's true. I could check in.
The nosy Facebook stalk.
Yeah.
I just can't be bothered with it. Like, staying connected with people that don't seem to have given a fuck about me for the past 8 years.
Yeah, I don't really push it.
Yeah.
I'm really, in fact, I'm a guy that's more standoffish than anything to that sort of thing. It's like I need kind of like a minute amount of physical proximity or a whole lot of non-physical proximity, right, to maintain anything like a friendship, and that's just the way it is, bro. You know, I spent most of my life though having a lot of friends, and you know, it took me until my 30s to learn that like you don't really need 20 friends, you need one. It was my, doctor that taught me that. My psychiatrist. Well, not psychiatrist, my LCSW. He said to me, he said, Paul, you know, you only need one friend. Maybe two. Because I was talking to him about the stress that I was feeling trying to maintain 25 fucking friendships. Right? And to me, there was just no other way to do it. And he was explaining to me, not like walk away from your friends, but like, why are you working so hard? Do you think they're working as hard? You know? $4 are better than 100 pennies. True. And I've got friends like my friend Waylon. I've talked about him before, right? I haven't talked to that dude in a year, maybe 2, right? And if he called me tomorrow, it'd be just like old times with me and him. He's always going to be my bud. He's always going to be my ace. That's just the way it is, bro. Other friends within that group, not so much, bro. There are certain ones of them that, like, the last time I saw him, it was made pretty apparent to me, not like vocally, nobody was brawlic. It was made pretty apparent to me that none of them liked me. None of them wanted me around. You know, like I said, dude, I mean, it comes up again. I know when my welcome has been worn out in a space that I have no claim on, right? And so why would I, getting that vibe very clearly from my old group of friends, ever put my toe back in that fucking water? Isn't it on them? Right?
I've gotten that with some of my old friends from back in school.
Yeah.
You know, you reach out X number of times and they just seem mad about it. It's like, all right.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to shit talk them. They weren't like I said, there was nothing brawlic. Nobody was like, get the fuck out of here or nothing. And we were all together the last time I saw some of these people for a horrible, tragic reason. But all that being said, it was not water under the bridge for a lot of these people, clearly. And what am I going to do, dude? Spend my life worrying about that, you know? But these dudes that I was talking about at the start of this little rant, there was no falling out with these guys. We were friends in our 20s, and we all just moved, you know? And lost touch with each other just due to fucking physical distance and stuff. I hear you, man. Why keep reaching out to those who have very little motivation to seek your experience? Yeah. Well, you got to learn that, dude. You know, but that's all part of like reading the room, you know? That's a room reading technique. It's like, am I wanted here? It's like, fucking flies. I hope it lands somewhere that I can't, where I don't have to shoot you. I know. Here, I'll shoot myself, but the fucker has to go one way or the other. These flies must fucking die. Get over there, bud. Oh yeah, right there. Oh, that's perfect.
There's one.
Oh, there we go. All right. Sorry, babe. He was just bugging me watching you fucking just try and twitch him off of your arm. I know she's a beautiful flower, but she's my beautiful flower. Stay off of her. Not you, D.
Did you just bonk your head on Mom's phone?
Out of the way, Mom. I'm coming through.
You just bonked your little head on Mom's phone. Come on, birdies. There's a whole pile of salty fly corpses for you.
Oh my god. Hee-haw. Oh, D. He got a hard helmet of a head, though. Mm-hmm. That's the sad thing, is it's a tiny little brain pan, and it's super thick, too, so there's extra little brain in there. Mm-hmm. What little bit of brain is in there don't make no sense to nobody but me. Maybe, in the whole world. And it really don't make much sense to me either.
You wanna go see Daddy for a bit?
Genuine question. What make you like streaming so much? I don't know, man. Streaming was kind of natural to me. I was a really early adopter to streaming as a social streaming like this, right? Where you're just talking to your chat, talking to your wife while the chat's there, right? I was a really early adopter to that style of content, and I was immediately drawn to it. I'm a person that would, in my perfect world, I would be locked in a series of graduating conversations, maybe multiple conversations at once all day, right? There's a part of my brain that desires that, and nobody can fulfill that in me. And so, as a result, finding a platform like this where it's not only like okay, but rewarded for me to allow my brain to exercise itself in that way. Paul's an extrovert. Well, I'm what's called an ambivert, right? Not to get all fucking snowflakey on you, but it's not super rare. But an ambivert is a person that kind of vacillates between extroversion and introversion. Oh, yeah. I think that there was, if the FCC had kept going and I had really kind of, because I was developing a real, it's hard to explain it now, but when I was doing my CB radio trolling when I was a kid, I was developing like a real show, like a concept, right? And it was stupid and young, I was young, but the idea never left my mind. And I think that there is probably, maybe if I was born 10 years earlier, I would have stumbled my way into a fucking disc jockey job or something and been doing that, right? I do think that I do share a lot of what would I call it? Personality similarities with a lot of disc jockey types, right? Prickly, opinionated, edgy, right? Weren't you just saying horrible things to truckers at first? Yeah. When we first started doing it, it was literal rudimentary stuff. But then we established a whole identity. I was Whiz Kid. My friend was the professor. We would go wherever we would go on the band. People would follow to come and listen to our antics. So it was like the little proto concept of a limited broadcast show, right? It just got too real for the cops and the FCC. It got too real for the cops, and the danger to me and my family got too real for the cops. CB band, yeah. So I was pulled into the sheriff's office with my mom and a representative from the Federal Communications Commission. And I was explicitly told that I was no longer allowed to operate the CB radio. And that if I didn't stop doing that my parents could face jail time. My family could face fines and confiscation of my equipment. And the reasoning they gave were the number of convicted pedophiles and murderers in the community of truckers and weirdos that I had collected around me on the CB radio.
I wonder if you're technically barred from ever being on radio broadcast ever again.
No. Well, maybe. I don't know. How did they find you? The same way that a lot of the truckers found me. So they would bird dog you, right? So when you're on CB band radio, if somebody keys up somewhere, on your end, you get a hit, right? There's a needle that moves on your machine. And it lets you know how strong that signal is coming in. Right? If that signal is relatively weak, you can presume, right, that you have a lot of distance between you and the other person, right? If it's strong, you can presume closeness. Are you starting to figure it out? It's called bird dogging, right? Or a number of other things, right? So they triangulated, right? They would drive around town, seeing which neighborhoods it was stronger in until they found you. If you were broadcasting like I was, you had to have an aerial. So I had a big 35-foot aerial antenna that I was broadcasting from, strapped to the side of the house, like a big old beacon, right? So one of the reasons I was pulled in was because one of the guys went by the handle Hightower, right? Killed his wife. Another one of the guys that went by the handle The Duck, aka Stephen Duckwald, you can look him up, raped his grandsons and was grooming me. They pulled me and my mother in for my safety. I was dealing with murderers, criminals, and pedophiles on the daily, and they could find me on the daily. So that shit got plugged. Can you remember any funny trolling stories from that time? Yeah, I had this like ongoing rivalry with this dude named Ghost Rider and his wife, who went by Candy Cane, I think her name was. That was it, Candy Cane. Candy Cane and Ghost Rider were a husband-wife local trucking duo. Both of them ran local truck routes, right, for some company. I never knew, right? And they were married. Ghost Rider, as he went by, I never knew what his name was the first person to track me down. It happened like the third time me and my buddy huddled in his dad's truck after hours and started cussing at truckers, right? I was 8 years old. Ghost Rider was the guy that found us and put the fear of God in us, but we showed up the next day anyway. It actually was just exhilarating, right? Because he didn't come do anything. He just drove around, shone a flashlight into our house. We dipped down, right? And so that guy and his wife, we had an on again, off again thing. And I remember thinking one day, like, Ghost Rider and Candy Cane, they're too comfortable with me. And so I came up with this idea that the next time they were both on, which it wasn't always, so I had to wait. Because usually, like, one of them was sleeping or one of them was doing something else. The other one was on blabbering, right? And so I waited till Ghost Rider and Candy Cane were both on. And I started talking to Candy Cane about that secret. Dude, I basically gaslit. I was like, by the way, Candy, that secret's safe with me. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And she was like, I was like, I don't know either. Wink, wink. Ghost Rider's like, what the fuck is the secret? She's like, there is no secret. I was like, yeah, there is no secret. You know what I mean? I just started a fight, basically. And I felt really powerful. Candy Cane, the name used in that movie Joyride 2001 about a murdering trucker who gets revenge on some kids for catfishing him. Crazy. Yeah. Ghost, I mean, it might be like, dude, one of the things you learn when you're trolling truckers, they're not very creative with their names and handles. Ghost Rider, Smokey is one of them that you'll hear all the goddamn time. Yeah, it is Smokey, come on back. Like, there's a number of, like, trucker handles that are like Thomas. Was that Jack Nicholson movie, huh? Paul, you were an evil kid? I don't think so. I think I was a talented kid that didn't have a proper outlet. I think if my parents had given me theater at that age, I would have ripped it, bro. I'd have been one of these I'd have been Macaulay Culkin, dude. I'd have been the one going, ah, in the mirror. You know what I mean? I wasn't evil. I just, I found an outlet and I had no supervision in that outlet. Or very little, you know what I mean?
Like, kids your age were trolling each other to that extent.
Oh my God. I mean, we felt like we'd found the secret keys to life. Because really, like, among boys, especially in my era, fucking on each other was all you did. It was always a little testosterone battle. And we could do that against grown-ass men and suffer zero repercussions day in and day out. Oh my God, it was like crack. We thought we'd discovered the fucking Holy Grail. As soon as we figured out how much power we had, we were mad with it, bro. In that little local area, we were terrorists. But there was just no parent looking over our shoulder going like, let's redirect this into something fruitful and not dangerous. They didn't even know. They just thought, oh, he's in there in that hobby thing that he does with his CB radios.
I thought you were just like listening
Yeah.
or whatever.
Well, they could hear me in there fucking yakking. They didn't care. I mean, if you're an adult and hear an 8-year-old kid on the radio and get angry, that's a you problem. Well, I will tell you, we gave them cause, right? At first, it was just like them not getting mad, really. A little bit mad, maybe. Like when we first jumped on, we were just like, titties, boobies, or whatever, right? They were like, kid, get off your daddy's CB, man. This is for adults, all right? And they just ignore, all right, guys, go to that other channel. And we couldn't find them. You know, they knew how to switch around and shit. Aw, they shut it off. But they're just on another channel. We didn't know how to scan the channels. We didn't know any of that shit, right? We're just fucking around. And so, yeah, they didn't get mad until they realized that they could never get rid of us. That mom and dad didn't care. Daddy didn't give attention, no, to the boy. Right? They couldn't hide. Once we figured out how to scan the channels, they couldn't hide on their secret channel anymore because they were all open fucking public bands. Uh-oh. No hug box, bitch. And we gave them cause, bro. We wore them down over months and months and years, honestly. So. Oh, hello, big baby. You're so cute. You're so cute to poot. Too cute to poot. I'm gonna tuck your chain. Tuck your chain, homie. Tuck your chain. Don't let that chain hang around here, boy. He's sniffy. Oh, yeah, he's very sniffy. He likes a whittle secondhand weed smoke. Dad never blow it in his face, but he don't ever run for it neither.
Oh, man. Put your lipstick away, D.
Oh, his lipstick is out? Bro, get down off of me with that weird boner, bro. Put your boner away, man. Nobody wants the red rocket in their lap, bro. Party foul, man. Party foul. He popped a boner on my leg. You nasty little bastard.
There's no rhyme or reason to it, too. It just pops out sometimes. It's like, what even is it, bro?
You got me. Bro, you have that effect on people. I know. It's a curse. It's a curse, man. Just boners pop when I'm in the room. I'm like, guys, simmer down, okay? There's plenty of this to go around. Any projections for the internet meltdown in the coming months? Just watch it. It's happening now, bro. We talked about it in the earlier stream. Blaming immigrants, becoming literal blue anon, blue MAGA, and saying that he stole it. What else? Blaming white women. They seem to be a big target right now. White women are catching a lot of flack because they were supposed to turn out for fucking the cop, and they didn't. So they're catching it. Just like, I really haven't seen any of these leftists going like, damn, maybe the Democrats do be sucking, yo. Maybe they suck at winning elections. Maybe it's time to do something else. I really haven't seen any of that. I've been seeing a lot of blame the Mexicans, blame the blacks, blame Latinos, blame the Muslims, blame the anti-war vote, blame Jill Stein somehow. It's a lot of like anything but me. It's got to be some external force that made it this way. It can't be my ideas that made it this way. It can't be my prescriptions that made it this way. Do you think if Biden dropped out sooner, this might have gone better for Kamala? I mean, Monday morning quarterbacking the Biden administration. I don't think there were a lot of great paths. So let's just say, in a perfect world, Biden realized in like 2022 that he wasn't going to cut it, and decided to just start looking for a successor. And they had come in to the 2024 electoral cycle with a strong group of primary frontrunners in mind, right? And knowledge, at least internally within the party, that Biden was gone. And then that announcement happens, right? And this huge group of frontrunners are there. The DNC presents them. People choose which one they want. And that person faces Trump last night. I think it could have gone differently. Yeah. But that's a big bunch of Monday morning quarterbacking right there.
Wednesday morning quarterbacking.
Well, yeah, well, same difference.
Yeah. But yeah, because there was definitely a lot of people that didn't primary because they assumed Biden was running again.
Right.
Like Newsom is angling for 2028, but he didn't dare touch.
And when Biden went on and his brain turned into fucking Gruyere cheese in front of the entire nation and nobody could cope stroke through it anymore, even at that late date, I believe that if the Democrats had had the fucking balls to just hold an open primary, right, an open convention, and allow the convention to select and nominate, number one, I don't think Kamala Harris would have been anywhere near the top after that happened. Mm-hmm. And number two, I think whoever came out of that would have had a better chance of beating Trump last night.
It was all about money. Her name was tacked to donations to him, so they could just
They didn't want to give that $1.2 billion back.
Yeah.
Even though she went right on to raise it again,
yeah.
They didn't want to give it back. So
they didn't want anything getting in the way of a smooth transition of the money.
Well, they got their $1.5 billion, which campaign finance reports say that she spent most of. They said that the news report that I read last night about the cost of this campaign said that Trump's campaign had about, $98,000 on hand at the end of the day. Not much. And that the Harris campaign had like $180,000 on hand after everything. So, and we know that like between the two of them, over $1.5 billion were raised for this election. Dude, you know how many palms that greased? You know how many people just got fucking fat rich off of that and they're just cackling?
How many nice little hotel rooms and dinners and clothes. And
yeah. Oh, it costs way more than $1.5 billion. That's just what they raised from you. That's notwithstanding the federal fucking matching funds that go to the RNC and DNC for electoral shit.
And all the PACs.
Polling, all the data, all the PACs. Oh my God, dude. This whole shit was drowning in money. Drowning. That's the game, guys. If you haven't heard it from somebody, I hate that it has to be me. Cha-ching, cha-ching, money. Boom, boom, boom. It's gas. Boom, 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 boom. Seen tweets on X where people blaming the Palestinians, some of the libs. Oh yeah, blame the Browns, blame the women, right? He cheated. Blame anti-war people, blame non-voters, blame Jill Stein voters, blame Green voters, blame the tankies, blame anybody but you, your own prescriptions, right? Anything that keeps you from having to look at how you've been for the last 4 to 8 years and maybe change it, anything to keep that. So blame it. Dude, there will be a laundry list of criminals before a couple weeks is up in those people's minds. It'll be blacks, brown people, men, women. I mean, it's like a scatter shot. They're basically saying everybody fucked everybody over at this point. I've literally heard all 4 of those. Men really delivered this fucking shitbag Trump White House. White women should be hanging their heads in shame today. SMH. I don't have any fucking remorse for you if your fucking womb just gets fucking owned. You know what I mean? So it's women and it's men. It's brown people, right? Mexican people, SMH. Don't know what you did, y'all. Black people, SMH, don't know what you did, y'all. Muslim people, SMH, what the fuck did you do, y'all? Anything to avoid blaming themselves. Anything to avoid answering the obvious question, which is, holy shit, what the fuck did I do, y'all? Anything. Anything. So what will Trump do about Russia? I have no fucking clue. Guess we'll see, huh? Why do you hate the Republicans? I don't. I'm sitting here shit-talking the Democrats pretty hard today. What a tragic and obvious and unarguable failure their tact was this electoral season is not even up for debate. That's who I'm shit-talking today, so I don't know why you copped from that I hate fucking Republicans. I was able to vote for library programs in my area. Yeah, there you go. Always look on the bright side of life. We're all just out here trying to feed our kids, make paychecks, provide for our families. Men are men, women are women again. Praise God. Dude, I'm gonna ask you a favor. I'm gonna let you take your victory lap and stuff, because I got no hate for you, bro. But don't be doing that holy rolling, praise Jesus, the Lord has delivered shit in here. You want to preach a sermon? Go find a pulpit, motherfucker. This is my backyard. We don't cotton to religious nonsense back here. You keep your religion tucked like a chain. How about that? Keep your religion tucked like a chain. Otherwise, it's going to get snatched around here. Bye. See you, homeboy. See you next alt, homeboy. Oh, God damn it. I just knocked you guys into the box of death, dude. Or somewhere. Where did... Oh, I just knocked you over forward. Got it. Oh, God damn it. Safety. Who next? I'm dropping bodies out here today. Boom. Who's next? Oh, you on the leg? Well, come land on the leg again, dude. Oh, over there? You gonna land? Nice sig arrangement. Huh? I can't even roll in peace. Everybody notice me. I can't even go to sleep. I'm rolling off a beam. Did Rollin' Peace happen before or after Jaw died? Okay, so he was... I didn't know if it was one of those collabs that was like pre-recorded stuff that was tacked on after he passed. Okay. That's a good fucking song right there. Rollin' Peace is a great feature. Well, I remember there was like that Trippie Redd released that Danny Phantom song posthumously with him and Jose on it, right? Bitch, I'm going ghost. Big body ghost. Phantom, that's a ghost. Danny Phantom ghost. Is that a X10 song with Kodak Black? Yeah. Kodak and, yeah. Right? I don't think there's anybody else featured on that song. It's called Roll in Peace. It's good. I know, dude had a kid. Dude had a real bright future ahead of him. Here's the fucking tragedy, right? Like, I genuinely believe that kid was on the cusp of bringing, like, rock back. I'm not even fucking kidding. That kid was, like, steeped in that 90s rock shit. Super, super into, like, that hard new metal shit that was popular in the early 2000s and late 90s, right? Korn and Tool and all that shit. He was into that shit. And I really feel like that he was going to be a major influence. Him and Peep. Dude, I still have hope. It's still happening. I feel like he started that fucking trend, right? But I think if he was still there pushing it and firing it, bro. Yeah, Juice WRLD, another one that fucking got clipped, right? All these dudes that were right on the cusp of doing this, most of them got clipped. Not clipped, I guess just fucking, well, X got clipped. Lil Peep just clipped himself. Juice WRLD clipped himself. It's a shame, bro. Lot of bright artists in this generation of like, it's like, I was thinking about it the other day and I was like, bro, how boomerish is it of you to assume that your generation had Kurt and you remember weeping your fucking eyeballs out when Kurt died, right? You were beside yourself, Paul Zigo, when Kurt died. When you found out he was dead, you were fucking dead yourself, right? How many times has this generation had to go through that feeling? And I'm not saying any of these guys were on the level of fame of Kurt or whatever. I'm just saying, how many times has this generation of young people had to feel that pain? Somebody that it feels like their trajectory is nothing but up. It's like, man, it feeds a lot of the music, and I think it feeds a lot of the fucking attitude coming out of younger people, bro. And I don't blame them. Mac Miller, fucking Nipsey Hussle, right? The list goes on. How many of these dudes that were just about to blow or had blown and were about to have a fucking long ass career clipped? This generation is just like steeped in it, dude. My generation had Biggie, Pac, clipped before their time, right? Eazy-E, gone, but way before his fucking time, right? So it's not like my generation was devoid of this shit. But this generation has been fucking tragic for people that, like me, I guess, that lean on music for their mental stability. Been kind of tough. I know Big was 24. It's fucking sick. How old was Pac? Pac was like 26? 27? Not to mention all the normies dying from fent. Dude, I want to speak on that whole fucking Biggie was 24, Pac was 25. Dude, Biggie looked so much older than he was because of how big he was and because of his voice. Dude, there is a video. Maybe I can find it. I want to show you guys this shit, bro, because this is no fucking joke. This is Biggie Small at 17 in 1989, right? Now, number one, Okay, so let me explain a couple of things to you. Number one, that's a 17-year-old. Number two, that was in 1989. So if you know anything about rap, that sound right there was about 10 years ahead of its time. He was revolutionary in the genre. His flow was immaculate. And he sounded like a grown-ass man from a jit. How did Biggie get so fat when he grew up poor? What do you think poor people have to eat, bro? Good, healthy food that keeps you slim. Too sub-gump, bro. Too dumb to talk in here. Fuck, bro. Dumb motherfucker. Get Edmund out, too. He's been making some sus comments. I said you motherfuckers could have your victory lap and Trump a little bit, but you're not going to start clinging on to my content and talking your fucking right-wing racist bullshit. Don't get it twisted, homeboy. We're talking about Biggie Smalls and you got all this sus shit to say. Get him out. Don't let it happen. Couldn't be this stream. You're held to a way different standard in the chat on this stream than you are on any other one. You don't like it? Scroll up, bitch. There's plenty of other dumb, unwatchable motherfuckers talking shit. I'm just one of them. You don't like my rules? Get the fuck out. See ya. Be gone. Otherwise, welcome to my backyard. You live by my rules back here. You don't get to talk no racism, no bigotry, no hate, no fucking homophobia, none of that shit. So if you're one of these fucking Trumpies that's hanging around and has liked some of the things that I'm saying because I talk real shit, guess what? Your ass is persona non grata as soon as you peep that out your mouth. You better act like you're standing in line at the movie theater when you're around me, motherfucker. This ain't your backyard where you get to say, you better look over both shoulders in this motherfucker, because your ass is persona non grata. You get checked at the door, bitch. I want to make that 100% clear. You got it? Cool. Long as you keep it a whisper among you and your fucking chud-ass friends, you and I are chill, bro. Soon as I hear it creak out your mouth, I'm gonna slap your face. Word to your mother. Yeah, see? I'll allow you to do that Trump 2024 shit. Midnight Ghoul won't, though. Get snaked. This is the internet, tough guy. Stop embarrassing yourself. What are you talking about? You're on the internet. This is my backyard, motherfucker. Take a look around. Watch this, bitch. See that back there? This is my backyard, homeboy. You're on the internet. Why don't you check your gangster at the door? I make the rules back here. This is my kingdom. And woe betide any man who steps unbidden into my garden. I invite you to flex. I invite you to test it. I'm gonna festoon this place with your guts. Paint it with your blood. 2 coats. I'm king of all you survey here. What kind of cones do you use? Raw? What kind of cones does anybody use, bro? I use them raw cones. Raw king cones, brother. That's a 3-gram joint if you roll it up all the way. I'm about to show you what that looks like. So cute. Too cute. Definitely not a rocking chair. Definitely wrong. How you doing today, Cryptic? You riding high, Cryptic? Cryptic loves him some Trump. He's one of the few Trumpy guys that gets to hang around. He's one of the few, the proud, the brave, the proud, the brave. Oh shit, until Andrew clipped him. Hey dude, I don't second guess my mods, bro. You ain't gotta do shit. You leave him gone. Cryptic will be back. He always is. How's Dinor doing? He's good. Chilling on the couch with Amelia. God damn it, these fucking flies, bro. I so am not happy that it got warmer over the last 2 days and these fucking shit flies are back out. I would so prefer that it was fucking icy cold and overcast out here. But nope, it's false spring again. And the shit flies are back. I have to clip a few of them after I'm done fucking. Do you think flies are unnaturally attracted to you in an Obama-like manner? Yep. There's an aura of evil around me that attracts the flies. It's either that or the area I live in is experiencing species collapse. And things like mosquitoes, flies, black widows are on the rise, while the predators that are willing to feed on them are doing it less days a year because of the extreme heat. So we have an abundance of these types of little fodder insects, like flies. And unfortunately, during the hot 115 degree for 3 months straight summers, not a lot of bird species can survive that long enough to clean it up for us. But guess what can survive in 115 degrees? Flies, mosquitoes, black widows, fiddlebacks, pretty much every kind of wasps, yellow jackets, pretty much every kind of animal you don't want to be in abundance around you goes woo, and every type of animal, like the beautiful bird singing behind me that you want to be around you, goes see you later. You're on your own with the fucking cockroach slash spider slash fly cleanup for the next 3 months, because would just die in this heat. So. It's like the Lorax, another children's book reference. Another person, probably in their 20s, whose first reference is a Dr. Seuss book written for 3-year-olds. Yikes. Doomed we are, it seems. Name books that are okay to reference, Paul. Okay. Look at the book rating that's on every book released in America. And if it's YA or all ages or whatever, then make sure it is an all ages book of sufficient stature to talk about. Otherwise, keep your young adult book discussions to an absolute minimum. Those are what we call stepping stool books for people, right? To move on to other interesting ideas from. They are not meant to constantly be spun through your 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s until you're dead. Okay? Does that clear it up? Or are we done? Lord of the Rings is one of those books, or The Hobbit, I guess, is one of those books that I would classify as young adult, but worthy of broader discussion, right? Harry Potter, maybe on the edge of that, some of the later books, right? But you better come with something other than Harry Potter because it's still a young adult fiction book, right? But it's a little better than your average young adult fiction.
It's good, but it's not like fucking like a literary, like technical masterpiece or anything.
No, and it didn't break any new ground. It's a retelling of the hero's journey, just through a really honestly creative and interesting universe.
Kind of a Jesus myth-esque thing.
Yeah, it's the messianic hero's journey. The Silmarillion is a tough read, yeah. Most people don't get through it. I didn't get through it. That's the thing. I'm not asking you to be Mr. Literary. It's just like every joke and reference you make comes from an anime or a cartoon you watched when you were a kid or a book that's YA. You need to start checking yourself. Because if I was like that, I shit you not, all you guys would hear from me is Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles, Inspector Gadget. Ninja Turtles, Inspector Gadget, and the Hardy Brothers. I like those books. The Hardy Brothers and Ninja Turtles and Inspector Gadget. That's what you guys would be listening to 24/7. So if you don't want to be that, you might want to start broadening your horizons beyond Harry Potter. Ninja Turtles. All my references would be Ninja Turtles. I would do nothing but talk about the turtles. I'd run around the internet joking about the turtles, right? If you don't want to be that, time to take a look. It's in a book, a reading rainbow. Cape shit, I put it in the same shit. Like if the only thing that you can reference is the latest Wasp Woman versus Ant-Man bullshit that they're serving you, lukewarm goddamn Marvel gruel, just keep it inside, bro. Keep it in your heart. Because listen, the true opinion about movies is the friends you made along the way. Button it. That's like something that Raphael from the Ninja Turtles would say. You're like Master Splinter.
That reminds me of green eggs and ham.
Yeah, that reminds me. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam. I am. One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. Hop on pop. Hop on pop. I remember that one too. What's about one of my other childhood literary fucking adventures? I did the Hardy Boys. I read a lot of those little fucking mystery novels for young adults. They're like two twin brothers that were detectives.
Yeah, well, for me as a kid, it was the Boxcar Children.
Man, well, our generational gap revealed.
Yeah.
Go, dog, go. Yeah. Go, dog, go. Run, dog, run. Nope, a little too old for Goosebumps, but I'm sure Amelia had some Goosebumps.
I wasn't interested in them, but definitely I knew a lot of people that
What about
were.
Animorphs?
Yes, I read the Animorphs.
Oh, see, I was way too old for the Animorphs. I looked at them Animorphs and I was like, what the fuck? I blame that.
Yeah.
For the fucking
furry
furries.
shit.
Yeah, the furries and the otherkins and the soul bonders and all this shit. I think it came out of that Animorph shit. Bro, when I saw those, I was like, because sometimes it would make sense. Sometimes it would be a kid turning into a T-Rex.
Yeah.
But sometimes it would be a kid turning into like a sloth. And I was like, the fuck is that? Like, what the fuck? Digimon?
No, I wasn't really into it.
Pokemon?
Not really.
No.
My brother was more into it.
Got it. It seems like there was like a gender divide for Pokemon at the very beginning. When I remember it coming out, I was 14 or 15 when it dropped. It was like little boy crazy stuff. It's like Magic the Gathering. It started as like a pretty male-dominated hobby. You know, there are dudes that like worry about that type of stuff. They're like, women have infiltrated everything that men used to have. There used to be bars that didn't allow unescorted ladies. Now men have nowhere to go. There used to be card games that only men could play. Now women are playing them. You know what I mean? Like, imagine being worried about that type of shit. Imagine not being able to get together with the bros and find something to do. You know what I mean? It's just so sad to me. When you want women in your nerdy hobby, well, that's the kind of the fun thing about these types of dudes is they simultaneously hate women encroaching on their male spaces, but lust after the nerdy women that adopt all of their lore and all of the things that they're
Or they'll be
autistically
like,
and
I can't get a date, but I don't want that girl in my group.
yeah. It's like, dude, that girl might blow you at some point, you know? And if you kick her out, there's going to be no girls in the group. And you're going to be an even more salty incel. You know, I'm not saying there's a good chance of it, but the chance is better than zero that she might blow you if you let her in. That's just the numbers game. You might get a date. You might meet somebody and have a fruitful adult relationship or some shit.
Like, would you say that, like, the more, like, gender-divided extracurriculars got the most people laid? Like, theater, do you feel like that got the most people laid out of all the extracurriculars?
No.
No?
I would say, like, football.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's always that way. The jocks, I mean, like, especially dudes that were, like, on the team, got to walk around in the uniform. There was a whole culture of jocks and cheerleaders and chicks that wanted to fuck jocks.
Did you have any female football players?
No.
In your school? I had one.
One? Really? Cool.
But then she got lupus and couldn't do it anymore.
Damn.
Which is lame.
Proof women can't hack it. She fell to the lupus. A man would have stayed on that fucking grind. Fuba. Political Fuba. A woman I met referenced whitest kids you know unprompted the other day, and I fell in love. See, there you go. Don't fall too hard, though. The manic pixie dream girl, dude, not everybody is Ramona, and you definitely are not Scott Pilgrim, okay? Not every girl with dyed hair is Ramona, and you are 100% not Scott Pilgrim. So you better stop that manic pixie dream girl fantasy shit and focus on reality. Love is a curse. Some say love, it is a river that flows out to the sea. Some say love, it is a razor that leads your soul to bleed. Some say love, it is a hunger and endless aching need. I say love, it is. Hello, Bette Midler. Oh boy. You like beaches, dude? Dude, Bette Midler, say what you want about Bette. That movie, you guys ever seen the movie Beaches? Bro, you have homework. Has Barbara Hershey and Bette Midler about a pair of friends who go different ways in life but check in with each other from time to time and all the changes they go through. Dude, that movie, bro, I am the captain and this is my shrine, Lord of the manor. See what I leave behind. Rivers in flames, cities on fire. Yes, I'm a furnace trapped in the mire. Hydrogen fuel, it burns so clean. It throbs in the veins of my beloved machine. She is my wife, her mechanical heart, constantly serving till death do us part. Hydrogen fuel. Oh, industry, whatever will become of me. Dude, that movie is so awesome. You need to watch it now. There's also bum 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 bum. Otto Titzling, inventor and lout, couldn't figure out what all the fuss was about. His inventions were failures, his future seemed bleak, so he went to the opera at least twice a week. La 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 la. Down at the opera he saw an Aida, whose bust was so big it would often impede her. He watched as she tumbled straight into the pit, a victim of those most terrible tits. Otto Titzling, dude. Do you buy a titsling or do you buy a brassiere? Ask yourself that, ladies. Philip de Brassiere. So what's the plan for getting a labor party started going? Well, I would say your best bet is to latch on to an existing movement, right? So right now, I don't know if you're aware of this, The Teamsters Union has announced its intention to support and foment a general strike in 2028 for labor rights. I would say doing everything possible to support the Teamsters and to support labor unions right now would be one of the best things you could do, organizing from outside of union membership like I am, right? I'm not a member of a union. I did not see Kyle's video, no. I'll check it out later. Do you buy a titsling or do you buy a Brazil? Play any good games lately? Yeah, I'm playing 40K Rogue Trader. I don't think you need to know much about 40K to play it either. So if you haven't done that, it's actually just a legit good kind of strategy RPG kind of game if you're into that. I also got Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. It's really good if you were into like I'm not into a lot of the later stuff, but I was able to go through a lot of like the saga that I care about. And it was really good. It's a really well-made game, a lot of characters in it. So, you know, those are the two games that I've been playing lately. Thoughts on yesterday? Already been talked about it, but like, if you know me at all, I mean, you might be new to my streams and stuff, but if you know me at all, you've known what I thought about yesterday for about 4 years. So yeah, I'm pretty on record with that. The Democrats reaped their own fucking demise. They installed an unelectable, horrible candidate and thought that people were going to let them grift their way into another victory, and people showed up and said, no thanks. America spoke. Loudly and uncontroversially, like there's no way to twist it. It looks more and more likely that he's going to seal both the popular vote and the popular vote and the Electoral College. Thoughts on grooming? Yeah, I mean, I think it really takes a lot more training than people think. You know, different dogs are built differently, and working your way around different areas on a dog with a set of clippers or scissors can be quite a challenging thing if you keep in mind that the dog will be wiggling and reacting to what you're doing. So yeah, grooming it's a tough racket, man, from what I understand. Let's talk about, let's hope the media doesn't keep us divided. This time, we the people unite. I bet you'd be saying that if Kamala won, huh? American Muscle. If Kamala had walked away with the victory last night, would you be here like, hey guys, Trump are here? I would really like to preach unity today. I don't think you would, dude. I think you'd be in here dunking. I don't think you would be, bud. But I guess that's just me not knowing you and you not knowing me, huh? I'll tell you what I assume, though. One of them just landed on the gun, bro. Are you fucking joking? I know, they're so disingenuous. It's funny, though. Hey, guys, it's time to reconcile our differences. I bet you'd be saying that same shit if Kamala won. Stop the deal. See the coming, not my president.
Recount! Stop the count! Stop the count!
But today,
I'd like to come before you as an ambassador of peace and good vibes. May we all trust each other just a little more on this day.
it's like, come on, dude. Who you selling that to, bro? Who you think's buying that? The Crystal Paul, dude. Wielder of the Crystal Paul. Kamala wins.
Fuck these commie sons of bitches, start the murder train, y'all.
Trump wins.
I would like to come before you today as an ambassador of goodwill. Stop this deal! Everything needs to just calm down now. Think people just a little over the top. I'd like to be the voice of reason after months and years of following a dude with a big stinky dump in his diaper as he rambled his way through life. I'd like to pretend that I am intelligent today because Trump won. Now, he's the dumbest motherfucker that ever served in the presidency, and goddamn it, he's just like me. So I would like to pretend today, like instead of a shit-kicking, shit-heeled, dumbass motherfucker, that I'm a great philosopher today. And I would like to come to you, not with the blood of battle upon my hands, but with the cleansing light of acceptance upon my lips.
Southern parliamentarian Paul. Yeah. Are you looking forward to Christmas? No. Not really. No, I don't really like look forward to holidays anymore, really. I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving because it's going to be fun to travel and, see Amelia's family and stuff. But I could do that on not Thanksgiving. So, really don't care about the holiday part. It's more just like, come on down and have some turkey, y'all. You can do that any day of the week. Paul, can you get some galaxy gas on stream? No, because I would teach you guys the actual way to do it where you get real fucked up. And I'm fine with you guys getting a quick little head change off of wasting 90% of your nitrous. I'd rather you little skibbities do that than do what my friends and I were doing. Because I did it the right way, bro. And I'm not even going to tell you what that is. But I will tell you this. It is not hovering your mouth over the nozzle of a high-flow nitrous can and taking a quick puff. Now, don't, Mr. Flower, leave it at that, homeboy. I'm warning you. You take it I legit don't need them to know it. I don't want them to know it. Yep. Trust me, all those kids need is to learn how to do the galaxy gas proper. They already got barely 2 brain cells firing as it is because the education system, the bottom fell out that shit 20 years ago. So they're basically little zombies as is. You put galaxy gas in there, you better give up hope on fucking Gen Z. Give up hope on Gen A. It's over for them little kids. Literally can't read, can't socialize, jerking off to weird cat people and stuff. Anime. Galaxy gas. I mean, we don't need to add any more fucking knowledge to their seat. They're dumb, right? That's the only thing protecting them right now. Because all it would take would be a quick Google search to find out what to do with the galaxy gas. But every time I see one of these little fucking zoomies, they're bent over it going, oh, I totally got a head change off of that, yo. That's crazy. You know what I mean? That's what I want them to think it is. That's a whippet. Wow. Yeah, that's a whippet. Paul, if you're like this at 44, you're going to have a hell of a time at 60. What do you mean? I'm having a really good time. I like 44. I think I'm going to like 45 even better. Jets are out today, patrolling. It's an orange tint to the sky today for some reason. I don't know what it is. Nobody told the lawn guy that democracy ended yesterday. He's still out here. Hear him? I don't know. Did the lawn guy get the message that democracy ended yesterday? He's still out here blowing leaves and shit. I don't think anybody told McDonald's either, dude, because when I was out earlier cruising, dude, all that shit was open. And the Starbucks, too, and the Walmart. I don't think anybody told anybody. Dude, literally the bottom fell out of everything yesterday, and the fucking sky is falling today, dude. Somebody please go tell that poor gardener guy. He's still out there blowing leaves like nothing changed. What's he doing? Yeah, Chicken Little just got shit on last night, and they're all looking for a new grift now. Probably gonna make it to 60. Oh, I go into a polyp phase, so I'm like a crustacean, or like not a crustacean, but like a coral. That's kind of cool. I become polyp. Like, guys, this is goodbye. But please, hold on, don't be sad. This is my polyp. Hey guys, it's me, Paul's ego. I will soon shed this coil, and the polyp will take over. That's right, guys. It's gonna be just like it used to be. That's right. So don't worry, please. Do not mourn this physical form. It is just part of my transition to the next Paul. That's right. Soon I won't be a polyp. Soon I'll just be Paul. Close his laptop. Click. I'm literally watching Destiny and you at the same time right now. Big, oversized lol. Bro, that's literally not something I'd brag about, and it certainly isn't a full-blown lull. And that's enough of the internet. Bro, dude, I didn't introduce the idea of the fucking polyp, okay? I really didn't. The polyp was incepted by some one of you sick fucks. And the fact that it was right, it has no bearing on me, okay? What low bottom barrel trolling? Get Oblique LaFreak out of here. Let him go watch Destiny alone. Let him haunt that chat alone with his fucking skibbity Twitch chat nonsense. See ya. I just checked in a guest named Harry Tits. I mean, that could work out. Well, okay, so let me ask you, was he like an outgoing type of guy, or did he seem like a kind of reserved, quiet guy? Because if he's a super outgoing dude, you could make that work. You know what I mean? You could really make that work. Segmento and the polyp will be gods in the post-apocalypse. I saw a Chinese restaurant receipt that said no fillucking shrimp or her HR die. What? Oh, no. No fucking shrimp or he die. It's okay. Dude, I presume I know the culprit. With you, if I know you as well as I think I know you, I think I know the culprit. I feel kind of bad. Andrew, correct me if I'm wrong. The first time we met, do you remember at the fucking Airbnb that me and the guys had rented? You showed up. They were all out around the town. I stayed there to make sure that somebody was there when you got there, right? And we went out on that little back porch and we smoked a J, and you told me straight out, you were like, dude, I don't really smoke weed. And I was like, dude, no pressure, man. You know, you're like, no, man, I want to hit it a couple times. And I feel bad, dude. Was I your gateway drug? Because I see you on Twitter, dude, drooling over nugs sometimes, dude. On the upside, okay, good. I'm glad I wasn't your gateway drug to fuck. No, it would be actually kind of cool if I was, to be honest. I'd love to be somebody's stoner gateway drug. But that was chill, though. That was a good, like, meeting. You know? And that was a great performance, man. Like, Andrew just rocked the house that night. Undisputably, just like the best fucking opening act we've had. And it's not close. You know? And just a, like, real professional dude about it, too. Always. Not trying to glaze up Andrew, but I'm just saying, dude. There's a reason why I put Andrew on the pedestal, right? Love his music, love his art, love him as a dude, man. He's got character, and he's never fucking he's never disabused me of that notion ever, dude. He's a dude that, you know, he stands on fucking business, and I like that. Well, I'm kind of retarded, and I try too. You know, I feel kinship on that level. Paul, I'm actually kind of anxious about the future of the country. How are you so calm? I want to be like you. Number one, I'm smoking weed. That does help me. But from an anxiety perspective, my calmness wouldn't be any different today than it would be on an average day. Taoism has a little bit to do with it. My perspective, which I've shared over the course of the last 10 years in my online content, has something to do with it as well. None of this is shocking to me, nor do I think any of the big, giant doom-saying prophecies are going to... Like, why would I believe the people who were doom-saying that Trump was going to end the fucking world and the Trump presidency was the end of democracy as we know it, when they were also dead wrong about fucking Kamala winning last night? Like, where's their credibility at now? In the toilet. So, I'm saying Trump's just going to be another run-of-the-mill, 4 years and out fucking president, bro. Late stage capitalism is kind of sad but true, yeah. How are you able to walk with such large balls, bro? Why do you think my back is all fucked up, bro? You gotta put your whole back into it when you got swangers like me. Did you discover many new insights from Taoism, or did it just kind of present what you already knew? No. I gained a lot of insight from it, but I feel like I had to be at the point in my life where I was receptive to that kind of philosophical insight, right? So it was, I brought myself to it and I offered myself to it as much as I took from it. And I found that I really liked the mix. And I continuously like the mix. The more I mix it in to what I do, right? The more I start thinking of myself from that perspective, because I was very timid in the early days of even saying it. Now I feel very comfortable in it. And every little bit of insight that I glean and that I'm able to mix into my way of doing things and my way of thinking about things seems to bear fruit for me. So there was a lot of insight provided. Bro, there's a ban right there. No fucking PFP and some shit about Clash Royale and me being a genius. You gotta go, bro. Let me escort you to the dough, bro. If there are any mods around, like, I'm fine with people who are chilling and like having a conversation or trying or being funny or whatever, but we need to like lock it up on the dumb fuck shit. Do you connect with other followers of Taoism, or is it more of a private thing for you? I don't. Yeah, it's as it stands right now. I mean, I can't call it entirely private. I have no problem talking about it, but I don't congregate with other Taoists. So, yeah, maybe no PFP bans, but like, you know, be light about it. If they're actually participating, let them participate. But like, just the big paragraphs of dumb fuck shit, I just don't want to see it no more. Like, if they can't have a conversation, they can't be here. It's my, you know, that's just the rules. You can act like a fucking 12-year-old elsewhere. I know that, like, and look, dude, I know it's tough. I know that most online environments kind of like allow you to just go off the rails with that type of shit, because nobody's really looking at the chat, but it's the opposite here. I'm actually looking at the chat, which means I need to be able to understand what's going on in the chat, which means your big paragraph of bullshit, nonsense, personal interest shit, plus, right, your tiny little attempt to be clever and funny doesn't draw water here. It just gets you banned over and over again. Paul, I'm sorry if you've spoken about this already, but should I be worried about what happened last night? No. Should you personally be worried about what happened last night? From a philosophical standpoint and a political standpoint, you should worry a healthy amount. From a personal standpoint, you should go get some sunshine in your face. I've had full conversations with you because you actually check the chat. I know. People don't come in here knowing that, right? They come in here thinking this is just another one of those weird fucking streams, right? They don't know that there's a conversation. They don't listen for long enough to figure it out. And they're probably too dumb to carry it out, typically. And by that time, somebody's already clipped them. West Coast culture, there's a lot. You're moving to Oregon, you are going to be pleasantly surprised at how country it is in the more rural parts and how much it feels like the South. And this will be true if you ramble down Central California, up Eastern Washington. There is a lot of Southern kind of like mentality in those areas of the world. So you might not be getting the culture shock that you think you're going to get. Let's just put it that way. People have a huge misconception about the West Coast of this country. They think California is this giant lib thing. They don't know about the fucking Central Valley. They don't know about like the fact that out of like the last 5 governors, 4 of them have been Republicans in California. How'd that happen? Q is getting beat down by a cat 3 right now. Yeesh. Yep. It's like scary. Like, okay, so you guys heard of like, oh man, what was it, dude? Oregon had a huge contingent of Proud Boys, right? That's the recent right-wing extremist roots in Eastern Oregon, right? It's extremely conservative in rural Oregon. It's extremely conservative in rural California and Eastern California, right? Extremely conservative in Eastern Washington, maybe a little less so than the other two states. I think a lot of Canadian influence bleeds into Washington. But Oregon, like if you're coming from the deep south and you're landing in Oregon and thinking that like it's going to be fucking like what Fox News says, bro, you're in for a treat. Turns out Oregon is an actual state with a diverse electorate. What was that?
You want to talk about it after you're finished, or?
Oh, here.
Or I'll let you do it first since it's online. So.
Yep, no worries. Just went to Washington from Tennessee, and the rural parts are nowhere near as conservative as the South. I didn't say they were as conservative. I said that there are conservatives in those places. You take the reddest part of the red South, yeah, it might not be that red anywhere, right? Like, funny how the Trump apologists can't address any of these questions. What questions? Let's celebrate their 10th super on a live stream. Oh, shit. Skull of Madness, thank you for that, by the way. Instead of rotting inside today, I spent time with my grandmother today and went out and bought us lunch. Aw. Dude, I miss my grandma. That's so sweet. All my grandparents have long been dead. But yeah, it would have been nice today or any day to be able to pull up in Granny's house. My grandma's sister is still alive, my great aunt, and she looks so much like my grandma. It's crazy. It's almost hard for me to be around her. Dude, if you don't respect your grandma, unless your grandma was an evil witch in that case, or an absentee in that case, fuck her. But like, if you had a grandmama and you don't respect your grandmama, dude, I don't even want to talk to you, bro. Something wrong with you. If it makes you feel at all better, the German government coalition just collapsed. So shit seems to be kicking off everywhere. Yeah, I think there's like a rejection. So I saw a piece last night. I can't even remember who wrote it. But I was just kind of browsing around in my insomnia last night, and I read a piece that was talking about how what basically died last night was the neoliberal ideal that was established in 1980 and has held sway until 2020. And the piece was saying that COVID was the disrupting factor that basically ended, and 2024 was the death rattle of the neoliberal ideal. And the advice that this columnist gave for the left going forward was you have to immediately stop with identity politics You have to leave it behind. The culture has moved beyond that. It is not going to be acceptable. It doesn't mean you stop fighting for those people who need it. It just means you stop leading with that foot. You need to start talking blue collar, economic populism right now, or your party dies. That was basically the gist of the argument. Last night ultimately was bigger than Trump. It was a rejection of the neoliberal order that has kind of held sway since Reagan. It was a full-blooded American rejection of that order. It is time for blue-collar economic populism, or your Democratic Party will wither. And that'll be that, guys. So that means it's a good thing, I guess? Well, no. No. In the short term, it's a really bad thing. Trump fucking sucks. In the long term, something like Trump was bound to happen as a result of the intransigence of neoliberals. So yeah, from a certain broader perspective, yeah, it is good that we got this out of the way. It's good that the American people finally woke up, right? And gave a full-throated rejection of this capitulating, both hands across the aisle neoliberal bullshit, right? Because that's what Joe Biden was. Joe Biden was Mr. I got friends on both sides. I eulogized a legitimate KKK grand wizard. I opposed school busing, Jack. I work with the right wing. What was last night if not a full-throated rejection of that ideal? Shit is 100% over. And, I'm not trying to say it's like something that to be ignored, or that like to undermine the importance of speaking out for the basic rights and acceptance of people, but this leading with identity politics to the point of xenogenders and all of that shit, and they, thems, the pronouns and shit being fucking in everybody's bio. I'm not saying I don't respect them personally. I'm saying this broad attempt at enforcement of that language policing and canceling kind of mentality was part of that neoliberal ideal that was rejected last night. Those of you that have been watching me know that I've been preaching this for a lot longer than last night. If the left wing wants to be competitive at all, we need to go blue collar, we need to go working class, we need to go populist, we need to go economic populist right now. Those of you that have been watching me can chime in and fucking steel man that position. You know I've been saying that shit for years. So here it is. The world are laughing at you Americans right now. Good luck. Dude, good luck to you if anything should happen to America. I want you to take a look outside of your hovel and tell me how long it takes you to see the golden arches. As goes America, so goes the world, friend. So chuckle it up. The second that the eagle doesn't soar over your nation, the Cossacks will. Chuckle it up, bitch. If I were you, I'd save that chuckling energy, and I'd be down on my knees in my little Dutch bed going, please, Dutch Jesus, do not let the American eagle fall, for the Dutch Empire only exists because they subsidize us. And let everything be okay, because America must not collapse, Lord. That's what you should be. But go ahead and spend it on laughing, though. That's what you want to do. There's a chaotic kind of fucking appeal to that. So your ass better fucking retool your thinking process. You better hope to God America survives whatever the fuck this is. If you're a European, you better be on your knees hoping right now that America don't go fucking belly up. If you're so detached from reality that you're snickering at that, you better start Get on Duolingo and learn Russian. You better start Na zdrubia, comrade. You know, start doing your duo lessons. Okay? Get the angry owl on your phone. You really think America's going belly up? You better start learning to speak Ruski. Yeah, Ruski. I love it when fucking Europeans try and get smug with me, and I ask them how to go on Google and tell me how many miles they are from a McDonald's, and then I tell them to tell me again how Americans have no culture. Tell me again how the American empire is crumbling. It's an instant shutdown to the, and it's really very few. Most Europeans, I find, or non-American people in general, are actually pretty chill. But there is a snooty European thing where they're like, America is such a profound mess. Yeah, how far is the next, how far is the McDonald's from your place? Yeah, laugh at us, but you desperately want to come here. Dress just like our movie stars, watch everything Hollywood turns out, listen to our music. Dude, have you guys seen these sad videos that are going viral where like they bring British kids to America real quick and they feed them like a basic thing like gravy on a biscuit? And they're like, "What's this? A scone? This actually looks disgusting." And then they take a bite of it and their faces light up like it's the first time they've ever had spice and butter in their life. They're like, "What's this? This isn't cold haddock on toast here. This is something new and different and quite delicious." It's like you people desperately, desperately want to be American with every pore in your body. So quit the fucking acting here. Okay, go. If you want to sell that fucking smug European shit, scroll up, bro. There's a lot of dummies on this app. You just landed on the wrong one. If I were you, I'd keep your fucking Euro trash mouth shut. Talking to one too smart. I'm too smart for that. America ranks 30th by upward mobility. Where you from, play? Hold on, my dog needs cuddles. She demands it. I don't know why you have to announce that to the chat, but if you do it again, I'm going to ban you.
Do you be quiet?
Don't worry.
Don't pay no mind.
Hey,
You wanna
come
go
here.
Inside? Go see Daddy.
Come here. Because Dale the dog, I bet he's with him. Come on. Come on.
You're willing to walk away and leave him alone.
You sit.
Go inside.
Yeah, dude, it's actually sad to me. These kids will like there's these 20-year-olds or whatever, like, "Our first time in America. We're getting real Texas barbecue." And there's like one, I don't think it was a setup either. They were like, they're sitting in front of like a rack of ribs and they're like, "There's no utensils. Pardon me, might we get some utensils?" And the guy's like, "No."
Here's your paper towels.
Yeah,
Here's
he's
your
like,
utensil.
"It's all around you, bro. So we just to pick it up and eat it." Yeah. And they're like, interesting. And you just see it on their faces. It's like, they've got this like dour British kind of squint. They're like, "By George. Crikey. What is that?" This here, is this steamed cabbage then? No, that's okra and greens. It's fried. Ah. You can hear like the angels start to sing.
I think the only food they've said that like sucks is that pretentious Erewhon shit.
What is that?
That like
Oh,
the most
that.
expensive grocery store that sells like $30 smoothies and shit.
Yeah, bougie shit.
That's what sucks at American food.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, there's a lot that sucks in American food. American fast food is by and large mostly slop. And there's a lot of really bad restaurants in America. For every good restaurant in America, there's probably 3 kind of mediocre to shit tier restaurants. But I will tell you this, I'll take a mediocre shit tier American restaurant over fucking cold haddock on toast with beans any day, dude.
Or that weird eels and fucking...
Yes, slippery eel with black blood pudding. It's like, you fucking gross bunch of weird vampires, dude. I will walk into a slop-ass, money laundering scheme Mexican restaurant and kind of like squint my way through a really bad frozen reheated chili relleno any day of the week, bro. I can smell your diabetes from here. I can smell your rotten teeth from here. Next. Give me Bojangles over anything Brits consider food. Yeah. Dude, our lowest form of art beats the pants off of everything there. Dude, the po' boy is what I consider to be the baseline form of American cuisine. And it beats the pants off of anything they serve. And that's like entry level. Can you make a good meat hoagie? The answer in America is yes, in spades and everywhere. The answer in Great Britain is not really, actually. No. But we can get you a big plate of blood pudding. Would you like a heaping plate of blood pudding and green olives?
A meat pie where the gravy is water.
Yeah. We've poured extra water into your gravy meat pie. Can I entice you to finish your meal with some spotted dick? Like, man, a weird bunch of fucking Victorian vampires and shit. Yes. Could I get an extra helping of that blood pudding? Blood. It's like I'm starting to think the colonists left for fucking America not because they disagreed with King George, but because they were escaping the fucking vampires. Blood pudding. How are we going to make more blood pudding? Get the Protestants. And they were like, we're going to go to the colonies, actually. Oh, yes, they will make more money. We will get the blood elsewhere. Like, come clean, bro. Are you guys a nation of fucking vampires? That's why it's all, the sun's never out over there, right? Even in the daytime, it's just like fucking dark as shit, foggy and gray and rain. Yes.
You don't like spices because garlic is gonna hurt you?
Yeah. No spice on that, please. Because garlic burns your throat. Ah! They have like no AC. Yeah, good point. Air conditioning is not necessary for a body that stays at room temperature. Haggis, yeah.
Oh, aye, laddie. Come up north in England and we'll put some fucking oatmeal mash in a sheep's stomach and then boil it.
What a delicacy. So much better than the blood pudding down there. It's like organ meat and weird fucking fish pies and shit. Have you seen that starry eye pie? Where all the fish pointing up? Gross. They just put a whole fucking ass unscaled fish with the head and brains and guts in it in a pie.
We'll boil it. We'll put it in a sheep's stomach and we'll boil it.
It's like,
Ugh.
it's fucking gross, bro. Most of you motherfuckers ain't any better either. The French are like, oh, mais oui. The palette up there is so gross. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Could you pass me the disgusting overstuffed goat liver? Yes, I would like to smear that pate on a crostini, please. You're like, what?
Flowers.
Ooh, a Hummer. Ooh, he's green too. It's like a ruby-throated.
Yeah.
Oh, pardon me, pardon me. Yes, could you give me a giant plate of slimy-ass snails drowning in garlic sauce? Mais oui, bon. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, they eat trash up there.
It's like,
Ugh.
Plus, some of their shit is just fancy for the sake of being fancy. Like,
Yeah.
spend 5 hours cooking dinner.
dude, I have mad respect for like the French method of cooking, but they don't own it anymore. People learned it and traveled out of France and taught it, and it's been fucking appropriated now. So you don't have to go to France to get a fucking duck confit. So what do they got anymore? From what I hear, it's the bread. French bread, they still got a lock on that. You can't get that the same way. But other than that, you want a duck confit? You want a foie gras? Bro, I could go 20 minutes from here and have my mouth full of them goose livers. You know what the problem is over there? No land for cows equals no butter. You know how much like having having access to fresh butter 24/7 would do to that country? It would be like a culinary revolution on that island. Flavor would be discovered. At least the Atlanta suburbs voted blue. That was a good moment last night.
Like a French cheese, all has to be hella aged because they're getting not fresh milk. So
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we'll just let it ferment for like 3 years.
Dude, they be having one type of cheese that has worms in it. You open it halfway through, it's got like little maggots feeding on it. No thanks, y'all.
Pardonnez-moi. Pass me some more maggot cheese, please. Anyway, they eat gross things. Blech.
Bugs, mold. Is there anything worth eating there? Probably not much that you couldn't just get here in good old fucking America, right? Like, I would go to Italy to get some like genuine Italian food, right? I would go to France, right, and experience something there, right? I respect the art form, but don't get it twisted. I could get that right here, right? Thoughts on American cheese? American cheese isn't cheese. It's vegetable oil. Now, that being said, it's delicious melted over a big old giant greasy burger.
It's the meltiest cheese. People will like add it just to like get the cheese pull.
Yep.
Can't
American
get that
cheese.
pull.
American cheese is inedible to me. You've just never been served it correctly.
Yeah, you don't
you-
eat it straight cold.
Yeah. If you come to my place, I would serve you a burger that would blow your mind, and it would be slathered in American cheese, and you would love every bite.
Or grilled cheese. It's
Yep.
nothing but American cheese.
Grilled, total American cheese grilled with the pull and the buttery, flaky, crispy crust. It's over for you.
I think people think of like a slice of American cheese on like a cold ham sandwich. I think it's
Well, that's that British thinking.
Cold cuts,
Cold cuts on a sweet roll. Or whatever they're eating over there. Yeah, no, it ain't like that over here, man. We got sauces on sauce. 90 different varieties of meat stewed 8 different ways with every spice you can think of. We don't got to eat maggot cheese and blood sack sausage anymore, dude. Donkey balls and all that shit.
The British aren't invading. You don't need to have all the scraps.
Dude, wasn't it like just like 2 or 3 years ago that there was a big scandal because they found out they'd like half of Britain had been eating horse for 20 years?
Yeah.
Half of Europe, right? Was eating horse. But they want to talk doo-doo on America? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to escort you all the way to this fucking breakdown, but it's just the way it's got to be, you know? We don't win because we got Popeyes. We win because we got Popeyes and 100 other options for fried chicken. That's why we win. Okay? That's the American brand. Now, that may be changing, but the American brand... Dude, I've heard that for some people from, like, just European countries, when they come here and they go into, like, a Walmart supercenter for the first time, it's almost overwhelming. The amount of choice. You don't just go get a pair of socks from 2 or 3 brands. There are 29 different styles and brands of socks. You don't just go get a bag of chips. There are 38 different types of chips, and each one of them has 10 brands. That's America. Now, look, dude, that may be in the process of flipping. I don't know. But for now, that's America. Did you hear that American obesity went down? Uh-oh. But if we stop getting fat, what are they gonna do? How was 90s KFC compared to today? I've never been a KFC guy, so you'd have to ask somebody else. Ask me a 90s any other thing, and I'll tell you. But I was never a dude that was like, let's go get a 2-piece and a biscuit. I hate fucking chicken on the bone.
Yeah. And then, like, I guess they have some stuff off the bone, but you can get way better nuggies and tendies from other
Yeah, that's what I would
places.
get typically, is I'd get like chicken tenders. I will tell you this, across the board, here's something from the fucking late 80s and early 90s that I will tell you. The chicken, not nuggets, tenders at Burger King used to slap so hard you wouldn't even believe it today.
Now they have the stupid chicken fries.
They were
all-
this big, nice flat pieces of white breast meat, breaded in this super like flavored sauce and crispy on the outside. Dip that in a, dude, it was heaven, bro. I used to get that every time when I was a kid. At Burger King, of all places. Now, Burger King is just like, I swear to God, I think it's a money laundering front. It is straight slop up out of there every time, bro. And everybody tells the same.
Well, speaking of, we got our stuff.
Oh, speaking of slop, here we go. I gotta go. Bye, guys.